Greetings, Patrick here. Welcome to the week. Welcome to another edition of Eight Questions with. This is episode 433, and we are bringing back some very close friends of the channel and of me personally. We are bringing back the Friendly Men. The Friendly Men podcast crew is here. Um, there will be James, Jonas, Mark, and Ant from Ant Review Things. They will be here shortly, and there will be laughs aplenty. Um, we'll be talking about James. James is now back home in the United States, so the boys are back together. Jonas is back, and we'll see how Mark's doing. Of course, you've already seen Ant. Ant's been on the show quite a bit this month, and yeah, having a great time. And we're so glad to have him on board tonight. Always a good time with the friendly men. And I want to see what they're up to. I know that they're gonna be we're gonna be talking about their podcast, see where it's going. Professor, greetings, Professor. And Stephen, how are you, sir? Um, how is Jonas's harem empire? That's a good question. That'll be the first question that we ask him. Thank you guys all for coming in early. If you're watching this, feel free to share us out. Also, hit the like button. That will be very helpful as well. Hit the like button. Thank you for showing up and supporting this show. You could support many others, but you're supporting this one. Though I must have to, I'm gonna have to admit this. Um, I am sort of keeping my eye out on this edition of Battle World on the Night Watch Zone because Mad Max is battling Snake Plissken, and I thought I thought it was going to be the Road Warrior, um, and I thought it was the Road Warrior and Snake Plissken. Hey, Mark.
Hey, bud.
Uh, uh, and so
Oh, not visible. I'm visible now.
All right.
Yeah, it's a little messy.
Wow, look at wearing that pimp gear already. Look at the Friendly Men T-shirt you got going on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So anyway, in another channel, Mark, I was saying how they have this thing called Battle World, and they're battling two icons against each other. And it's I thought I thought it was Snake Plissken and Mad Max, and I thought they meant a Mad Max in the Road Warrior because that's a tough battle. I mean, I love Snake Plissken, and Escape from New York is my favorite John Carpenter movie. But if those two went nose to nose, I'm not really sure. Um, but it was just Mad Max, the first movie, So I do expect that Snake Plissken will be able to wipe up the floor with the first Mad Max movie. If they carry on and go to Mad Max or the Road Warrior versus Snake Plissken, I don't know. That will be tough. But I do love me some Snake Plissken. Are you still gonna kill me, Snake? Nah, I'm too tired. Call me, Plissken, or something like that. So what's going on with you, young man?
Not much. Just chilling.
So are you glad? Are you glad James is home?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we've been having a lot of fun. We went to go see some shows and went to Reggie's the other night. Won tickets to a show.
I heard that you tearing it up.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Now who have you seen so far?
We saw a band called Cheetah, which is like a folk metal band from the Faroe Islands. And last night we saw a band called Gorgatron, which is just a metal band. They were pretty good. So I haven't seen too much so far, but we'll definitely see some more shows coming up. We got Dying Fetus coming up, May 9th, which is not this Thursday, but next Thursday. That should be a fun one.
Now, were there good crowds for the live bands? I mean, were a lot of people there to watch the bands play?
Yeah, Cheetah was actually a sold-out show. That was pretty packed house.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I don't even think their new album has quite dropped yet. I think it's supposed to drop like 2-3 weeks from now. So they couldn't even sell merchandise.
Yeah.
I mean, they couldn't sell the new record. They couldn't sell the new record.
Yeah. No, James was able to get a copy in advance, but because it was unreleased to the public. Yeah.
Yeah, though, that's because James rubs elbows with all the famous people,
Oh, he does. He truly does.
So yes, Kurt Russell versus Mel Gibson. So I would if for Mad Max versus Escape from New York, I would take Escape New York for New York all day long. As far as a win, the Road Warrior versus Escape from New York. Yeah, that's a much tougher. That's a much tougher battle. Really a tough battle. Tier has some great songs on their YouTube channel. The interview was very cool. Yeah, it was. It was a good interview. Very good interview. That was one of the best. And that was also the fifth, the unofficial fifth Friendly Men, and that was with Concrete Spew, Joe.
Yep.
Yeah, he was. That was a really good show. Hey, there's Steven from the House of Horrors cruising on by. I know that he's bebopping around. And hey, thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. And while we wait for the rest of the crew to show up.
Come on in, guys.
Yeah, that's right. Because Mark's about ready to break out some potato recipes, right?
Oh yeah.
That's right. So let me tell you what's going on in the channel. I got some holes filled, but I got some shows lined up. I'll let you know what's coming up. So tonight we have Mark. Mark will be here with us tonight. Tomorrow night we will have Acel will be back with us. Actress Acel. It's a Kurdistan name. I don't know how to say it properly, so I really don't want to ruin it. I'm going to pronounce it phonetically. Acel Otunchi Eva. She will be here tomorrow night, and I can't wait to talk to her again. She's so cool. He was here before with Joe Leone. We talked Breakout Mountain. Now she'll be here by herself, and we'll be talking about her upcoming films coming up and her world travels. She's been posting a lot of pictures on her Instagram of all these exotic places she's been to. So we'll catch up with Acel tomorrow night at 8:00. On Thursday, May 2nd, we have actor Matthew Kenner will be with us. He was one of the co-leads of the film Sweet, and he will be here. He played Tony Two Toes, and terrific performance. Just a really good performance. And we'll be talking about him and his career on Thursday, May 2nd. Then on May 7th, Tuesday, May 7th, we have actress Samantha Hump will be here. She is a fine actress. She's done a lot of cool horror films, and she will be here on the 7th. She also is a well-known gamer as well. So we will talk to her about games. I don't play that games too much myself, but I know other people do. So we'll talk a little bit about some game. Okay, let's see who else is coming up here. Oops. Okay, it looks like it's Ant Review Things.
What's up, fellas?
What's going on, Ant?
Hello.
Nothing. Enjoying the nice weather.
And of course, it would be Jonas. We knew it was going to be Jonas.
Come on, Pat. I'm not the handsome one of the group. All right, come on.
Well, we knew. I think you guys planned it. How are we going to go inside the show? Who's going to go first? I mean, you send in Mark, to set the table, and then in comes Ant. Yeah, man, and then you roll in. Now we'll get Jonas. Now all the ladies are going to be coming in here in a minute.
Yeah,
we had a plan. We thought this through.
We did. We sure did. So, well, actually, Pat, I should say all the ladies want Mark now.
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
Oh, okay. The party has started for sure now. All right. Thanks for coming in, everybody. Share us out if you can. That would be great. Hit the like button as well. And welcome in. Man, it's been a while since we've had all the Friendly Men all at one spot.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Pat, you and I and Anthony have been together, and Jonas was together, but we have Mark with us. Mark, tell us, what have you been doing, Mark? Like I say, let's all of us should interview Mark. Okay, all of us.
We already started that. We were already talking about how you guys went and saw Tier.
We saw Tier, yeah.
Yeah.
I got my shirt. Wait. I got my shirt. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I got my shirt. And Jonas and I drove across the country to visit our good friend John Christ.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, cool. How's John doing?
Oh, man, he was great. I'm going to let Jonas explain that story. Go ahead, Jonas. You want to talk about John Christ? Oh, there's his autographs.
Well, I mean, I don't really know where to begin. He was exactly what we expected, and it was great. It was just unfortunate that we didn't get to spend as much time as we wanted to, but hopefully it happens again, and hopefully we're able to spend full time, doing it. It was such a brief trip, but I mean, we definitely made the most out of it. What do you think, James?
Oh, 100%.
We made the most out of it. Even on the drive there, we made the most out of it. We stopped at the Monroeville Mall up in Pennsylvania, where they filmed the Dawn of the Dead, all that stuff. So that was really cool.
I saw that. And now is that actually still open? Is that mall still open?
Yeah,
correct.
Yeah. It's a legit mall. You can go there, you can shop, you can do all that.
Yeah. And Jonas, and now Pat, they have a rule over there. What's the rule, Jonas? Anyone under 17 cannot stay there after 8 o'clock or something?
After 4. So anybody younger than 18 years old is not allowed in the the mall after 4 o'clock if they're not accompanied by an adult or a parent or guardian. But we did that. We did that over here in Michigan. We had
we have a mall over here, and that has the same rules. They have curfew in place, and you have to be accompanied by an adult, and otherwise you can't be around. I think it's 5 o'clock. I think it's 5 o'clock as well.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, it's been really wacky this year. We've seen it all over the news, so many different, and now they're starting to limit how many people can come inside of a store. No more of this, Philadelphia is a war zone. I don't understand how that's not even more press, but man, not a single store is safe in Philadelphia. Man, they just everything gets hit by these teenagers, and it's just what are they going to do?
That's true. Well, Pat, I must say it's been really great. Thanks for having us back. We are all back in America right now. As you can see, Mark has been working on his figure. He lost 30 grams in the past 2 weeks. He just bought a Domino's pizza yesterday. 2 toppings. Jonas,
he got that Friendly Men shirt for free.
And he did get the Friendly Men for free. All right, now Pat, we're gonna play a game here. Jonas,
what does the shirt say in the back, Mark?
Says mashed potatoes are great.
I did have my mashed potatoes yesterday. So, all right, Jonas, really quick. What 2 toppings did Mark order on his Domino's pizza yesterday?
So is this going to be my guess?
Yeah, this is going to be your guess, correct, buddy?
That's tough because I can see Mark being kind of a meat guy. Maybe he did. I don't know. Canadian bacon and sausage.
Mark, Canadian bacon and sausage. What is it?
You're close. You're very close.
So Canadian bacon and mushrooms or something.
Pepperoni and bacon.
Oh, I was going to say Canadian ham and pineapple.
Well, no, the last time Mark was at my house, he ordered pepperoni and bacon.
That's right. Pat, Mark, what did you order?
All right. Well, you and Jonas were pretty close. It was pepperoni and sausage.
Oh, okay.
All right. That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, Pat, since I've been back, I've been working on my language skills, and I'm practicing Portuguese. Okay. So here, I'm going to practice my Portuguese right now, and I'm going to see what Mark can pronounce this. Okay, ready, Mark? Estoy muito feliz ver que meu amigo do Brasil está nos observando agora. Obrigado, loco. All right, Mark, what do you think I said?
You said something about a friend from Brazil?
Yes, I did. Yes, I
Wow.
did. Now, all right, Pat. Now, Pat, this is going to get more and more difficult right here. All right, so I'm going to do one more. Okay. So, all right. Okay, now, Mark, here we go, Mark. Here it is. Ui gosto de puré de batata.
That's a tough one.
The back of your shirt.
Oh,
Mashed potatoes are great.
wow.
All right, now, Pat, listen to this. Now,
Wait, so are you talking to a Brazilian lady? Was that how this got brought on?
Yeah, well, you know, it's inspiring, Mark. You know,
Fuck
I
yeah.
can't I can't say what I'm doing, but it's inspiring. You know, it's just
Yeah, you go. I mean, Portugal, I'm sure is pretty beautiful too. I mean, you know,
yeah,
Oh,
especially
sure.
the ladies. The ladies are extremely beautiful. All right, now, Pat, listen.
Brazil too.
Anthony's also knows some words in other languages. Go ahead, Ant.
Well, I know a bunch of cuss words in Italian, but my wife is Cambodian. They speak Khmer, so I can say rice instead of saying rice. It's bai. Instead of saying butter, it's bo. Yay is grandma. Bang Sala Om, I think means I love you, but I'm probably butchering that. That's all I got.
All right, that's good. Now Jonas is practicing German. So go ahead, Jonas. Say some of your German words that you know.
Oh wow, okay. Well, wait a minute, James. Wait a minute. I know you're doing Portuguese,
I
but
haven't
are
been
you
practicing, James.
also practicing your Turkish?
I'll get back to you on that one.
I'm sort of keeping an eye on that. I think I'm hoping that Turkish delight.
Evet ama benim çok arkadaşlar konuşmuyorlar. It says I don't speak to my Turkish friends actually. So yeah, I do remember some of my Turkish, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So yeah, of course I do. Okay, go ahead, Mark. Do it.
Oh man, I don't really speak any other languages.
Mark, just say cheese in like Spanish or something.
Just say pendejos.
Or say something in British.
Did you just say Doritos? Me gusta Doritos.
How do you say potatoes in Spanish? We should ask the professor that. How do you say potatoes in Spanish?
I think like papas fritas, or fried potatoes.
Yeah, papas, I think.
Papas, I think. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Mark, you're really good. So, all right, Pat, listen, Anthony's got the first question. You go ahead, Ant. Bring on the question.
Ant, did we have a great time interviewing a sex dream or what?
That was a good time. Did you like that? I just brought James. You didn't even know James was going to be there.
No.
You got like super excited. I'm like, I brought the comedy.
No, you guys were great. I love that band. That band was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we see them all the time. Yeah, they're really good.
They played with Who Corrupts.
Yeah, Mark's seen them live.
There were other bands on the bill too.
I'd love to see them live. I'm still tickled to death that they covered the Meow Mix song.
Oh yeah, it's really killer.
You guys got to bootleg that for me.
I'll find something for you.
Okay.
Yeah,
man, we had a really good time this month together. I mean, we had a sex dream.
Don't forget Jaded Truth.
Jaded Truth. Jaded Truth was really fun.
The bands are picking up a little bit. I've really been enjoying it. I got another band coming out to visit us next month called Camp Crush, and they're sensational.
Where are they from?
You know what? I want to say Wisconsin.
Okay.
I'll get back to you, but I think they're a Wisconsin band. Oh, no, no, I'm sorry. They're in Portland, Oregon. God, sorry,
It's
Jen.
called
Sorry, Chris. Yeah, they're called Camp Crush.
Camp Crush.
Yeah, like if you went to summer camp and you got to had a crush, it'd be Camp Crush for the summer.
Gotcha.
Yeah, sensational band from Portland, Oregon.
Yeah. Mark, did you ever go to summer camp?
With Scouts, yeah.
You did? No, Jonas, Mark was in Scouts. Can you imagine Mark in like a Scouts uniform sitting around a campfire eating mashed potatoes and s'mores? Can you imagine that, Jonas?
I can't imagine
And
that.
you know, not only that though, Jonas, he was doing all that and building a cold fusion bomb at the same time.
Yeah, I think. Well, Jonas, do you think that's why Mark? All right, so Pat, when Jonas came to Chicago, Mark and I picked him up, and Mark actually wore his poncho. Did you learn this? And did you learn this in Scouts, Mark, to wear a poncho to protect yourself from? Well, go ahead, Mark. Explain yourself.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. Great explanation. Okay, good. All right. Great. Anthony, first question.
Let me ask the chat. Let's ask the chat if anybody in the chat went to summer camp. We should ask that. Did anybody go to summer camp?
Anthony and I say Pat Master. I'd say Fairy Dust and Pat Master. Those are the two.
I say Stephen Chang, and I say Pat Master.
Yep. All right. Stephen Chang, Pat Master. All right, and I say, all right. Anthony,
I'm going Pat Master and Macabro.
Wait, what's going on here?
We're guessing
Anthony Shabbat went to summer camp.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
He did.
Okay.
Right.
Well, that takes me out. I got Pap and I got Pap and Steven. Let's see. Let's one of them. Let's see. Okay. Oh, Steven says he did during summer school. Hell yeah, that's one for me. Okay. Elijah went to band camp.
Oh, Eli's here, Jonas. That's Eli.
Eli, what's up, man?
Eli is part of the Friendly Men.
Yeah, he is. But Eli's favorite Friendly Man is Mark.
Pat says that he thought this was the interview. What is this? We are interviewing, but we're interviewing everybody. We're including everybody in the chat. Renee went to camp. She went to camp when she was in fourth grade in San Juan Capistrano in California. See, Steven said like a YMCA type of camp. I remember those. Let's see. Professor Macabro says there's no stinking camp in Oak Grande country of Mexico.
Damn it!
Hey, Pat. Listen. Anthony and I wrote a song about Professor Macabro. Is it okay if we perform it on your channel?
By all means.
All right, here we go. Ready, Ant? Here we go. All right, here we go. Boom, 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 Professor Macabro. Professor
Macabro. Professor Macabro. Professor Macabro.
Professor Macabro has lots of movies. He's got lots of DVDs in his house, and everybody watches him. He's the best YouTuber on YouTube. Professor
Macabro. Professor
Macabro. All right, yeah, Mark, Andy, and I wrote that into 30 seconds. As you can see, we
wrote that at 7:08 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Hey, check it out. Pat Master just dropped it. He says, I live in the desert every day with summer camp. What did I tell you? Steven and Pat Master both deliver for me. All right.
Mark, what are your thoughts? Pat Master lives in the desert. What do you think, Mark?
That's nice. Be nice in the desert. Dry heat without humidity.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And what about and have you guys ever heard of the Salt Lake where they dragged all the cars at? So was it Salt Lake planes or something like that, and they go out there and try to set records with cars and motorcycles.
No, never heard of this.
Yeah, so I guess I'm not sure if it's either in Salt Lake City or in California, but it's the flat plains, and people go out there during the summer and they try to break speed records. And it is absolutely insane.
No, I know, Patrick. I know what you're talking about. I've seen footage of that.
Stop
Yeah.
But
it looks dangerous, and I don't stuff like that gives me anxiety.
Yeah,
Like,
people have died. People have died trying to get out there and trying to break those records. What about you guys? What record in the Guinness Book of Records? What record do you think that you could go for and have potential to break?
That's a good question.
All right, Pat. I think Mark would have the potential to break the most orders to Domino's Pizza in 1 week.
Yeah, I believe in Mark.
I do.
And I think Anthony can break the most Miller High Lifes in 1 week.
I could do. Hey, look! I'm wearing the shirt you gave me. Look at Jonas.
Nice.
Look at I'm wearing the Miller High Life shirt he gave
Hell
me.
yeah, dude! Thanks,
we traded
man.
shirts when Jonas was here in Illinois. I almost said America.
Yeah, we had a heart to heart. We had a heart to heart moment. I took my shirt off my back and handed it.
And then I'm like, dude, I got to give you a shirt. You can't just walk around shirtless. Like our neighbors are gonna like try and get you to impregnate them.
Samantha's here, and she says hello to Mark.
Oh, that's Samantha's my better half.
Oh, okay.
Sam.
Sam's
I think everybody's happy to see Mark on in the group tonight.
Who wouldn't be?
You know what, Pat? I think Jonas and I and Anthony will just leave right now and just give this to Mark Stream.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Should we go ahead and say that this live stream interview with the Friendly Men is brought to you by the friendly folks from Domino's Pizza?
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and the Miller Brewing Company.
Oh yeah, that's an awesome shirt, man.
Thank you. Yeah, it fits me like a glove.
Did you guys? Because I saw a lot of pictures of you guys with Tier. Were you able to give them all Friendly Men t-shirts?
Absolutely. They actually gave them a lot more than just Friendly Men t-shirts. The singer messaged me while I was living in Turkey asking for underwear and socks. So our friend went to Target and bought what did he buy, Mark? Mark will finish the story. Go ahead, Mark.
Underwear. He bought a big bag of underwear and socks.
I remember that, James. You telling me that. That was they were asking for socks and underwear.
Yeah, and what was kind of funny was Mark and I entered the VIP room, so they did an acoustic show privately for like 20 people. So they gave Mark and I free upgrades to VIP. And I was the last one in. What did I yell, Mark? When I entered the little room, what did I yell? Mark's memory is so good. He just remembers everything. Actually,
I remembers too much.
I yelled, "Hey, Tier, I got your underwear right here." Remember that, Mark?
Mark's leaving you on that. He's leaving you to die on that hill, James. You're on your own, buddy. Mark's like he's too cool. He's cool.
Man, he's like the worst basketball player I've ever seen. You know, like, hey, Mark, here's a basketball. What are you going to do with it? Throw it to the audience. You know?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. All right. Yeah, but it was great.
Professor Macabro's got a good question.
Yeah. Let's questions to the Friendly Men. Favorite interview, Huey Bolt, Richard Stanley, or Tier, or I think I already know that one. It's going to be John Christ and Winterville.
Winter Sword.
That's going to be their favorite interview. But what's your favorite interview with the Friendly Men involved?
Jonas, you want to go first?
1 sec, sorry. Favorite interview with
a nap?
What's up?
Were you taking a nap?
Hey man, I'm still sleep deprived. That was a lot of driving and flying we did.
Yeah, Jonas is talking to a beautiful lady. Okay, can you?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, pardon me. What was
favorite interview?
My favorite interview. Well,
Yeah. What's your favorite interview that you've done as part of the Friendly Men?
Okay.
Who's your favorite?
one that I've done. Okay, so because my favorite one is actually one that I'm not in, but
Okay, which one's that?
I mean, I don't mean to sound generic, but it would have to be the John Christ one.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially because there's a lot more leading to it or leading
That's right.
after that, so it makes it extra special.
We met
Right,
you
James.
because of that interview.
Hmm.
So now Mark's favorite thing we've ever done was getting to the point, right, Mark?
Oh yeah.
All right, now Mark, what was your favorite interview we've ever done? If Mark, you remember we did interviews, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Mark, what was your favorite interview that we've done?
I really like to get to the point where we interview Dave Fitzgerald about his bad movie.
We That was a great one. All right. Now, hey, Mark, what do you think Anthony's favorite interview that we've ever done?
Anthony really liked
I
Alan
know.
Maxon.
Yep.
Well, that was a good interview.
I'm gonna say Ant's favorite interview was the Centaurettes that he did with me.
That was a good interview. That was a fun one.
Yeah.
My favorite, though, out of Friendly Men things, though, CJ Ramon, of course, John Christ, and Mark the Mad Stuntman. I like to move it. Like, that was one of the funnest interviews ever.
You know what, Pat? I think my favorite one has to be the John Christ and Jerry Montana one we did with you. If that counts as a Friendly Man interview.
That counts. Definitely counts.
That one is definitely a highlight.
I thought the interview that James and Joe Concrete Spew did with Tier was just freaking outstanding. Outstanding.
That was a good way to end the transition from Turkey to America, though. That was a really good way to end it. And I lost my accounts after I moved. So I don't even have access to our YouTube channel or our Instagram at the moment. I'm still waiting to hear back from Google. So the Friendly Men might even be dead. Actually, we might have to change our name to the official Friendly Men. Or wait a minute, because Jonas is the young blood of the group, it'll be Jonas Acosta's featuring the Friendly Men, right?
Right.
The Jonas's Friendly Men.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so we have a question from our good friend Mighty Casey, Interweb Kaiju. What is the bike in Ant's background?
That's my wife's son Milo, his bike, but he outgrew it and the chain's broken. And tomorrow's trash night, so we're gonna just throw it out. And we're just gonna get him a new bike eventually because it don't work. So yep. That's just I got like a bunch of skateboards back there and scooters, just stuff for the kids to play with.
Okay.
Well,
okay.
Mark, let's talk about your closet back there. How many t-shirts do you have in your closet back there?
I just noticed that.
You.
Yeah, Mark does have a lot of
mine.
He forgot to close his closet door.
What, Mark?
I did.
Mark, you don't have to shut it, man. You and I are closet brothers. Let me tell you, more ways than one. I mean, I can't even show you my closet. I get it too, Mark.
Yeah. Well, right now Mark's been busy after I sent him this Reddit group called "Rate My Ass." So Mark has been really busy rating people's butts on Reddit.
Wait a minute. You did a Reddit group? How long did you last in Reddit before you got your ass kicked out?
Oh no, that was quick. I just like going through the groups and the communities. I haven't started my own community yet, but
we're gonna go from the Friendly Men to the Ass Men.
Well, actually, Mark.
Why are you blaming this all on Mark?
Because he's
I know, right?
Paying attention. Mark, what are you doing? Are you ordering Domino's pizza again?
No.
Oh, Patrick, I wanted to show you this.
He's working with his numbers, James.
Hey, Patrick, check this out. So when they met John Christ, I had James get my DVD copy of Airhead signed by John Christ for no good reason. He wasn't on the soundtrack. He had nothing to do with the movie, and he signed it.
That's I've actually heard people do that. They'll come up there. They'll think that they think they're talking to one person, but they're not really. They think, oh my gosh, it's Devin Sawa. Here, sign my idol hands, and it's like C. Thomas Howell. They're going like, and they're signing Devin Sawa. It's like that's not me, but since he thinks I am, what's the harm? So he signs it, Devin Sawa.
Well, James took pictures of John Christ signing it, and John Christ looked so confused because he's like, I had nothing to do with this. But it was, I don't know. Thanks for doing that once again, James.
Have Jonas say the story. Jonas, what do you think? Talk about the interview, the autograph session we had with him.
No, let's start with the dinner. Talk about the dinner.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
I'll let Jonas go. Now, Pat, there's a lot to tell here. This is a great weekend. Go ahead, Jonas.
Well, I'm going to trace it back to a day prior before we get into the dinner time.
Yep.
So, so I landed there Thursday morning, and of course, good old Mark and James picked me up, and we're hanging out. And come dinner time, we're trying to figure out what we're going to do about dinner, and we're talking pizza, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, I'm like, let's get him some authentic Chicago stuff.
Right. So, so Mark had the grand idea. It was like, hey, do you think we should take him to Texas Roadhouse? and James Ant's like, why would we want to take him to Texas Roadhouse? He already lives in Texas. What do you? And Mark,
I found it hilarious.
Maybe Mark was like, well, maybe he's homesick. What better way to make him feel at home to take him to his surrounding, his element. So, but no, we ended up getting some brilliant pizza. But anyways, fast forward to the next day, we're driving, right? We're about 10, 11 hours into our drive. We're getting real close to John, and John's like, hey, check into your hotel and then get with me after that. We'll get dinner. There's a place right next door to the hotel, walking distance. They got good food. They're open late at night. They got drinks, everything. It should be good, right? And we're like, oh, cool. So we sounded like, we were excited. We were like, hey, maybe this will be like a Maryland staple, restaurant that we're going to, something interesting, right? James goes on the Google Maps, looks it up, and he's like, you got to be kidding me. And he starts laughing. He's like, it's Texas Roadhouse.
John Christ and his wife took Jonas and Barrett and James to Texas Roadhouse after Mark made this joke the night before. James called me. I'm walking the dog, and James calls me. He goes, guess where we're going to eat dinner? I go, Denny's, Applebee's. He goes, you talked about it last night. I'm like, I gave up. He goes, Texas Roadhouse. And I just started laughing my ass off.
Wow, what a coincidence.
So we went to Texas Roadhouse. Yeah. So we get there, we check in. I mean, it was pretty late at night, right? James was probably like 10.
11,
and it was
10.
freezing. Yeah, it was freezing over there. Super
Freezing and
windy.
raining too.
And windy. Jesus Christ. But yeah, so we get there, and of course, we're there early, and John is, as always, fashionably late.
Yeah.
And we finally get our table, and John gets there. We see John. We're like, oh, here we are. Here, trying to get his attention. And I'm pretty sure he saw us, but he was just like lollygagging, like with the hostesses and stuff like that, and just making conversation and stuff. And he took his time getting to the restaurant, and he also took his time getting to the table, right? And yeah, I mean, it was great. He finally got past the hostesses and the entire staff of Texas Roadhouse, and then got to our dinner table where we were waiting for him, and it was great to finally meet him and all that. So,
now, was he there for a convention or was he there for a concert?
He was there for us.
He lives there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
They drove out to where he lived.
I thought for some reason he lived in Indiana for some reason.
No, he lives in Maryland. We were only about 20, 25 minutes from where he lives.
Okay, so you guys left from Texas and drove to Maryland to meet him.
No,
Okay,
we left from
From
Chicago.
Chicago.
Chicago. Okay,
Jonas
It was about a 12-hour
went from
drive.
Texas to here, and then
That's
they
right.
drove 12 hours.
wow, that's
I was
oh my
I was
God.
the wanderer for sure. I mean, I had flown in, and in less than 12 hours we were on the road driving to Maryland, and then in another 12 hours we were in Maryland, and then it was just back to back. And as you can see, in all the footage documented, I'm sleeping a lot because I was very sleep deprived and hadn't really been recovered from my flight into Chicago because that was a very early flight. So I was up at 4 a.m. and I had to leave the house no later than 5:15. So I had been up since 4:30.
And then you came over to my house and hung out, and I'm like, "You'll be cool, dude. You could just sleep the whole 12 hours."
Yeah,
Yeah,
But
that's right.
James is in the passenger seat.
Did you drive then, James, from Chicago
no, my
No,
friend Barron did.
James
Barron
doesn't
did.
know how to drive.
Shut up! I got my.
He just got his driver's license.
I just
Yeah,
got my
he
American driver.
Just learned.
Is that like your learning permit or your real life?
No, I had to get a real American license because my old American license expired.
It's a
So-
permit. He has to be accompanied by an
Oh,
adult.
shut up. I'm going to get it this weekend. I'm going to take a picture. I'm going to tag you. So, all right, now, Pat, that's day one. Now, day two of John Christ, of Friendly Men in Maryland. Go ahead, Jonas. Now let's talk about day two.
All right, so we'll start at the end of day one. So dinner ended. It was great. We got to meet John's dog, Ash. Beautiful dog, great spirits. And we finally make it back to the hotel. And it was about, midnight or so?
Yeah, totally.
And I wanted to get beer. I wanted to buy beer. I had spoken to like the front desk guy, and I'm like, "Hey, is there any gas station nearby? Like, do they still serve beer at this hour?" And he's like, "Yeah, of course I do." So, so I'm like, "Great." So we'll walk to this gas station that's right across the street, and get some beer, and I'll have like 2 beers, and hang out in the hotel. And James goes with me, and at that point, it's freezing. It's probably like, I don't know, what would you say? It was like 30 something degrees, and just
That wind chill was
that
insane.
wind chill, yeah, was crazy. And we go to the gas station where the guy tells me to go, and the gas station's closed. So luckily, just less than half a mile down the road, there's another one at 7-Eleven. So we go there, dodging traffic, and they didn't even have beer. I've never seen that in my life, a gas station that doesn't sell beer. I don't know. But yeah, so me and James went on this long, kind of pointless adventure for beer, and didn't end up getting any beer, and we were just freezing our asses off. But the rest of the night was cool. Finally getting to rest our heads, and then
Right.
get up the next morning and just go pretty much explore the town. John was busy. He had lessons and stuff like that. He had a student that was coming in
Drove in from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Pennsylvania, right? So while he was doing that, we just kind of occupied ourselves and went to Baltimore downtown, and just explored. We took plenty of pictures, by the water. Went to all sorts of record stores and stuff like that.
Oh, how cool was that? The record stores. What record stores did you go? And did you guys get anything?
Well, our friend Barrett got something, and he ended up getting that signed. It was actually a How the Gods Kill CD, right, James?
An original pressing
An
of it, too.
original, yeah.
Yeah. For
So,
$5.
For $5, yeah. I forgot the name of that record store. We went to a couple, right? We went to like 2 or 3.
There were so many. Now, John's mural that you saw our photo, that's down the street in like this little town of Maryland, and right down the street from that mural was a record store, but it mostly had vinyls, which is cool, but it was mostly like disco and stuff.
Mhm.
Oh.
So,
Yeah.
so that was cool, but I was so I guess I was so adamant about getting my crab cakes the whole time.
Yeah.
That, I had even spoken to John about that the night prior. I'm like, hey, while I'm here, I gotta have some crab cakes, man. And so him and his wife, they recommended me like a really good place called the Rock Salt, which is only like 6 minutes from the hotel we were staying at. So we're out, exploring and stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure these guys are like, man, when's this dude Jones going to shut up about crab cakes? Because so I was sleep deprived and hungry and craving crab cakes. But after we got to see the mural, and that was really fun. And initially when we pull up, we were like, that mural looks tiny. Like it looked like it was about 3 feet high, right, James? On the wall.
Yeah, in the car it looks really tiny. Yeah,
right. And
Jonas, technically, you could say that you got crabs.
Yeah, I went to
Oh my God,
Baltimore, Maryland.
That's so highly original, Ant.
Yeah.
Mark, did you get it? Jonas has crabs.
I bet that's not on a t-shirt.
Look at Mark's face. Oh, Mark, Mark, why do you look like the Blue Man Group? Just like vomited all over you.
I know. I was wondering, is he in Vegas or what? What's going on, Mark?
Yeah, Mark. What's with the? All right, Jonas, go ahead, continue. All right, so what else? All right, Mark, don't scare the viewers, okay? We need people to watch us. All right, go ahead, Jonas.
So yeah, I mean, it was great. It was great getting to walk around and stuff like that. After we were finally done walking around downtown, even then, like it was broad daylight. I mean, the weather was beautiful, but the wind was just killing us. Like it would actually move us. And we finally kind of had enough of it, and we had pretty much seen what we were already okay with. So we're like, all right, well, we'll head back to town and we'll go get your crab cakes and go back to the hotel. Got my crab cakes, amazing crab cakes, very fresh, all expensive. That expensive, but hey, it's a one-time thing. But anyways,
well, did you get to eat king crab though when you were in Alaska when you were doing your at the plant? Were you able to eat?
I did not, but I did eat a lot of salmon.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So, it was good, but you kind of it gets old kind of fast, and you're like, all right, well, I'm gonna get the meatloaf tonight,
Right.
But yeah, crab cakes were fun. Everything was really cool, and then we go back to the hotel to kind of chill because we had been up pretty early. I mean, we got up at 6 a.m. every day that we were there. So at this point, it was like 3, 4 in the afternoon.
That's right. Yeah.
So John got up early then, huh?
Oh yeah. So we're at that point of the day. We're like, all right, we're tired. We've been driving around all day, walking around, going into all sorts of places. So we're like, all right, let's go rest our heads for a bit. The hotel, we did that, just chilled out. And then John finally called us saying, what did he call us saying something, or did y'all just find that mall?
We went to the mall first that had a really cool store.
That's right.
Pat would like, but we're missing one important part of the story. Pat, we brought a drum set with us so we could jam with John.
Oh, okay.
So there was a drum set in our vehicle, so we drove up there to jam with him. So when we went to the shopping mall, then John called us, and now back to you, Jonas. Wait, hold on. Jonas, just like the news later. Back to you, Jonas. Go ahead. All right.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. James Eads. Anyways, so we found this mall, and we were like, because we're chilling out, and then we're just trying to find something to do to kill time until John's ready. Because basically the entire day was just waiting for John and trying to find something to do until John, reach back to us. So we go to this mall, which is literally like probably not even 5 minutes from the hotel. A very, very, old, sort of slow mall, but you could tell they had cool stuff. Like there was like some sort of Halloween sort of horror shop they had there, but was unfortunately closed. And then, excuse me. And then we found this cool shop there that basically they sold like old toys. Like how would you explain it, James?
Exactly.
Like old toys, like old G.I. Joes. All sorts of toys from the 80s, Ninja Turtles, all that stuff, Transformers. Excuse me. And yeah, so we're here kind of like, I guess, brainstorming how we're going to do things, this and that, because like everything was pretty, I mean, I would say it was planned out, but at the same time, it was like, all right, we're playing it out, but we're also going by ear, so we don't really know how it's going to be, but we can just try to, you know, brainstorm. But anyways, we're doing that. We're at the store, and then John calls us saying he's ready, and he's at, you know, that vinyl shop, and he's waiting for us. So we're like, well, time to go. And at that point, that's pretty much when it finally set in.
Yeah.
For all of us, we're like, oh, this is the moment. It's finally coming. I'm sure Barrett was a little nervous, like, shit, oh no, I'm gonna play now. Like, here it comes, you know, like the moment of truth. So we did it. We get there, and as soon as we got to the vinyl shop, you know, it was go time. You know, we got out there. John's like, hey, you know, just wait with the drum kit. Don't bring anything out yet. You know, we're gonna do autographs. We're gonna hang out for a bit. He's like, I don't want to just, like, you know, bring you all in and throw you all out. You know, I want to hang out. You know, we're gonna hang out. We're gonna do autographs and, you know, just kick it for a bit. And that's what we did. We met the owner of the vinyl shop. She was really nice.
With a cute dog too.
She had an adorable dog. And what was the dog's name?
Moonshine.
Was it Moonshine?
We can ask her later, but go ahead. It was a beautiful dog there.
Yeah, she was a sweetheart. But yeah, I mean, it was great. We finally got to just spend time with John, and he just cracked jokes with us and made fun of us, and you
Mostly
know,
me.
mostly James, and
Yeah.
and signed autographs, and we talked and just hung out for a while, and then you know, unfortunately,
Was this a planned event where he was going to make an appearance and people were coming to get autographs?
No, it was just for us.
It was a private for us.
It was just for us. In fact, that vinyl shop that we went to was actually closed, but he had the owner keep it open, well, for us privately. So it was close to the public, but, you know, we were allowed to hang out there after hours. So he made that happen for us to just hang out and just get autographs and chit chat. And, you know, unfortunately, we didn't have like all the time in the world to really hang out and jam. So we really got 1 hot hour to just get straight to it. And at that point it was 9:00, and she said at 10:30 she was going to close. So we're like, all right, let's get to it. Grab the kit. We go the rental car. Me and Barrett and James, we're just grabbing drum shells, hardware, cymbals, everything. We're loading it in. I go into drum tech mode, and I'm helping Barrett set the drums up. I'm asking him how he likes his hi-hat adjusted. I'm getting it done for him and getting his sticks, everything. You know, we're just in, you know, go mode. And John's there. He already had his pedal board set up. He had everything, and he's just sound checking. And there was one thing that we noticed before we had even started jamming, which we were expecting to see the bitch, right? The guitar he's holding in that picture right there, the iconic guitar, right, that he used to record or play all those records and stuff. But we didn't see it. It was like an Ibanez that was sitting there on the guitar stand by the pedal board, and we're like, oh man, I guess he didn't bring the bitch, you know, like that sucks, you know. But while we're setting the drums up, John pretty much just skips over that Ibanez that he had sitting there and pulls out this elegant, you know, case and starts popping, you know, the clasps open and opens it up. And James goes up to me. He's like, dude, it's the bitch. and I look and stopped. Yeah, I look and it's there. Lo and behold, it's there, and he pulls it out, and you know, and it was like a beam of light from the heavens just shined on that guitar, and we were just like, whoa, no way. And Barrett is setting his drums up, and he stops and looks, and he tells John, he's like, can I touch it?
You know what? Hold on. Let's just put this in context though, because I know a lot of people might laugh at that, and we're chuckling now. But in all seriousness, that's a sign of respect. You know, that's a sign of respect to another artist. You know, like this is the guitar that he used to hone his craft. I mean, how many people were influenced by John Christ and the bitch to pick up a guitar and play? I mean, it's iconic. It's iconic.
Yeah, and we each got the privilege to hold it and take a picture with it, and that was, that's a golden moment, man, priceless.
Yeah,
it was.
yeah,
It
I
was.
agree.
And then really quick, on the way back home, we stopped at a restaurant in Ohio, and I met Harley Flanagan of the Cro-Mags, and I went to go see them for free the next night in Chicago. So there was still like things happening to us even on the way home. Jonas got flirted with by the girl at Starbucks.
I really believe this. I believe that you guys are actually building some momentum. I really do. I think that you guys, you guys are getting out there, being seen at events, and it's, that's how it's done. That's how it's done. And I can tell you this just as much as I can. When you go and do things like that together, I know you guys are far apart from Texas to Illinois, but when you guys
I'm the odd one out.
Yeah, but you guys still do the podcast. You still do the live. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that you're there, Jonas. Everybody knows that. It's you're part of the group. I've been telling James, what have I been writing you about?
Oh man, Pat's been writing me about doing Playgirl magazines, pornos.
We've heard it all, man.
Listen, man, I have to get on my body to get in those shapes. Ever since I've been back, I've just been eating lots of junk food. So
I think you've been eating too much Turkish delight. That's what I think you've been eating.
Let me explain it, Patrick. Patrick, can I explain it to you? James lives a mile from my house, and on the way there's a Dairy Queen. So James thinks he's gonna walk a mile to my house and get fit, but on the way he stops and gets himself a big ass Reese's Blizzard, whatever. And so it's like you're just negating the mile. You just want.
Right though, because James is not eating true ice cream. James is eating custard.
Hey, custard.
Dairy Queen serves custard.
I'm a gelato sort of marble slab kind of guy.
Cold stone.
Oh yeah.
Mark is too. Mark, what kind of ice cream guy are you, Mark?
Like everything. Yeah, it's good stuff.
What's your favorite flavor, Mark?
Well, yeah, favorite flavor. I like chocolate. I like cookies and cream. Cookie that was good.
Cookies and cream is awesome.
Yeah.
But Mark, what is your favorite ice cream place? It's not Dairy Queen. What is it?
Favorite place?
Cold Stone.
Good. Cold Stone's pretty good. Culver's got good custard. I don't know, wherever.
See, Pat, Mark gets to the point. He doesn't wait around. Yeah. He doesn't beat around the bush. He gets to the point.
Pat, we got Pat Master here saying, "I need shrooms now."
I know.
Pat
Master, he's been needing some. He's been saying that throughout the stream that he needs some shrooms. You could go to Domino's Pizza and get shrooms and sausage.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, Mark, listen. Now, Pat, when the Friendly Men first started, Mark was showing off his talent of his impersonations, how well he does. Oh. Mark's going to give us an impersonation. Mark, you are Pat Master calling your friend to get some shrooms. What would you say, and how would you say it, Mark? Remember, you're Pat Master. He's in the chat right now watching this live, so don't fail him. Go.
Yo, you coming, G? I need my shrooms.
Perfect.
Okay. Mark. Or go ahead, Pat. Sorry.
No, how did he do?
He's enjoying the show.
Yeah, I think Pat's going like, I need a lot of mushrooms now. But
Pat, do you want to yell out an impression? Do you have an impression you want Mark to do?
Mark's got an impersonation.
Mark should do a Jonas impression.
I think he needs a lady up there to help that out.
Ooh. Okay, Pat, go ahead. Give Mark a celebrity. What do you want Mark to do?
Hell, I want Mark to do you, James.
Oh. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark, do an impersonation. Do a celebrity.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
You asked for it.
Hey, Mark, do. How do I put this in reverse? where I can't drive a stick shift.
No, Mark does a great Arnold impersonation. That was actually one of my favorites. Go ahead, Mark. Arnold Schwarzenegger ordering Cold Stone ice cream.
Who's ordering Cold Stone?
Arnold Schwarzenegger is going to order Cold Stone ice cream. It's going to be the biggest ice cream in the world he wants. Go.
Yeah, I got Cold Stone. He big, 10 kilograms.
I don't know about that, Mark.
I don't know about that one.
I
I need a big cup of vanilla. I need some chocolate. Get to the chopper.
Yeah.
Give me some chocolate. Get to the chocolate.
Give me the Predator.
I got a pretty good Jonas impression. Do you guys want to hear my Jonas
Yeah,
impression?
yeah.
You
Go
guys
ahead,
filmed the
Paul.
thing when you and Mark ate those Reese's cupcakes.
Mhm.
So this is what Jonas was filming it and commentating, and Jonas goes, "Hey, y'all, does that taste like one of them ding dongs?" And you kept saying ding dong in the most southern way possible. It's like, "Hey, y'all, is that what tastes like one of them ding dongs?" Like you sounded like Paula Dean or something, and like you just kept cracking up, dude.
Oh yeah, I was like, it's like a ding dong with peanut butter, right? Peanut butter and
yeah,
ding
but with your southern drawl, like it made it sound funnier.
Oh man.
So my one question though, this and me and James were talking, and I was telling him because I was really impressed with the Tier interview. That was just an absolutely phenomenal interview, and I keep telling James, going like, man, you got to bring Joe on board, Concrete Spew, because it was really strong, and made that interview, between James and him. Boy, it just popped. So I've been telling James that, man, you got to make him into one of the friendly men. So I'm not sure how that's going, but I still stand on that. I still think that he would be a sensational part of the crew.
I think we're definitely going to be working with him again. There's
Yeah.
100%. I love him. He's a great guy. I got his phone number now, so I'm actually to communicate with him faster than I was. Because when I was living overseas, I'd send him a message, and then he'd get back to me 2 or 3 days later. Because he's a busy guy. But yeah, Pat, I don't oppose to that at all. And hopefully we'll bring him in. Now, let me tell you, that Tier interview, Mark, once again, Mark came to the interview and he forgot to learn some of the songs. So unfortunately, I had to let Mark go. So Joe came on and he was Mark for the day. So yeah. Now, Mark, Beelan, are you looking at the Domino's pizza menu right now?
No.
I'm telling you, he's working with his numbers, man.
Okay.
He's doing smart stuff.
Mark, what exactly are you doing right now?
Rate my ass.
So what do you guys got planned now that James has got back? You guys got, basically what you've done is just basically, like go out there, go crazy for a little bit. But what's coming up next?
Going crazy.
What are you guys going to be? Have you guys come up with a plan to move forward with the Friendly Man? Or are you going to be maybe establishing?
We got a 5-year plan, Patrick. We got a 5-year plan, and that means in 5 years we're going to figure out our plan.
and with the plan. I guess you can actually say it was Planet Ant. So are you guys gonna go ahead and maybe start a podcast? Are you gonna because you mentioned or reestablished the Friendly Man Instagram. What's going on? And have you guys started to look for your next interview? You guys gonna change your format around any? What's going on with the Friendly Man?
Well, actually, what's going on right now is Google's doing an investigation right now and getting my old accounts back.
Okay.
My older brother, Ben, does have access to the Facebook and the YouTube channel, but he doesn't have access to the Instagram account. So we're still working on that. So I'm kind of right now just waiting to get those accounts back. And then once I get those accounts back, I think we'll be full in motion. So we haven't really planned anything in the future. I think like what we're really planning is trying to open up Mark's OnlyFans accounts because we've been getting a lot of fans asking for that. You know,
Mark, are you gonna do OnlyFans?
Well, okay. So the idea is the OnlyFans is going to be Mark.
And that'd be the only fan, right?
Basically,
it'd be Mark himself. That'd be the only fan.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Right. Well, basically, what he's going to do is he's going to find, the best, most current deals at these local restaurants and supplement stores, and he's going to review, what the deals are, for that.
And he may or may not become a male gigolo.
Yeah.
We're working on Mark becoming a male gigolo.
Yeah.
We got a 5-year plan, mind you. 5 years.
After if Mark doesn't
5
work,
years
then
to
it's
get 5
James's
years to
turn.
get Mark. 5 years to get Mark married.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be real soon. Now, Mark, here's the question: what plans are going on right now at the vitamin shop?
I don't really have any sales right now, but in the weekend they have sales on the weekend with drinks.
So how
They
many
got the
drinks
best
did you
sales
buy?
when I'm there.
Yeah. Now, Pat, when Jonas and I were together, we wanted to experience this. Mark is a notorious shopper for energy drinks. Mark,
that's right. I remember that. Mark does energy drinks.
Yeah, Mark, give us your top 5 energy drinks of 2024. Mark,
Oh
go.
yeah. Or what are your current go-tos? I am really curious.
I like C4 a lot. C4 is pretty good. Gorilla Mines is pretty good. Ghost Energy is decent too, and Oxy Shred's another one I like. Yeah.
So, do you think there's still hope for you to be able to get fit with Fit Aid?
It's a hard no.
Inside joke. It's an inside joke.
It is an inside joke. Now, Mark, what do you have right now in your refrigerator?
Yeah, just a
I
few
remember that too. Do you want to take us out to? Can you take us to your refrigerator, Mark, and show us what you got in there?
I think Mark's on the laptop right now.
I'm on the laptop.
Oh, okay.
Bring out
Well,
bring
wait a
out
minute.
your
Well, wait a
best.
minute. You know what? Let's turn this around and see what's in James's refrigerator.
Oh yeah.
He's
Well,
down in
I
the basement.
I'm down in the basement. This is the new Friendly Men headquarters in the loser, in the loser establishment. This is my
Dungeon.
parents'
Loser dungeon.
the loser dungeon. Yes. Now I'm a 4-year-old divorcee living at my parents' house again.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Sneak up there and show us
Be
the
a man.
refrigerator.
Be a man, James.
Yeah,
Oh,
be a man. Well, take us on a
I
ride.
can't show you the refrigerator, but I can show you this. I got a Godzilla poster, and I got this, Pat. I have my friend Rich Morton gave me this. There's a Jurassic Park poster. Mark, look. Mark, look, I got this.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah, and then I have to hang this up right here. Now, Mark and I did see this movie in theaters. Mark, remember this movie? So I got this one too.
Godzilla, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Now, Mark's review for Godzilla and Kong: New Empire. Go ahead, Mark. Give us the review for it.
Pat Master says he's got hamburger in his fridge.
Oh, Mark, you're Pat Master ordering a hamburger from Burger King. Go.
I don't know, man.
Stevie the orange one. Pat Master, did you get your earth grown supplement yet?
Ooh, maybe. Yeah. So, Pat, I'm going to kick it over to Anthony. Go ahead, Anthony.
I have nothing to. What am I going to ask? I saw you. You were at my house yesterday. Like, I have nothing to ask you.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't there. I don't remember that.
You're a figment of my imagination.
Oh, no, I was there. So, all right. Yeah. And Mark, today I went to the barbecue, Texas barbecue house by your house. Have you ever been there before? Gemato's?
Oh, that's a good place. I like
how far
that.
away are you guys from each other? How many miles is it from you to Mark's house?
Well, Jonas is about 1,500 miles. It takes me 18 hours by plane. Mark is about
He's in Naperville. Mark, aren't you in Naperville?
Yep, I'm in Naperville.
Yeah, so he's like Naperville's like one of the next towns over.
So, Mark, how far does it take you to get to my house?
That's right. Yeah, maybe like 15, 20 minutes.
15, 20 minutes. And I can get to Ann's house by walking, if I don't stop at Dairy Queen, into 12 minutes.
That's true.
But if there's a Dairy Queen stop, it can take up to 22 minutes.
Depending
So
on
it all varies.
I had peach cobbler today. I went to Dairy Queen and had peach cobbler.
I love peach cobbler, man.
Mark,
I've been
tried
craving
that.
it. Oh
That's
man,
good. That's good. It's good.
I had that cookie.
Oh, they got peach cobbler blizzard too.
Yeah, peach cobbler.
That sounds so good.
So what's gonna? So you guys don't really have any idea quite yet. You're gonna see how the Google.
Well, we're just not telling you the idea yet.
Right.
It's America. We keep secrets. Like we got a lot of stuff planned in the next 5 years. We just don't know it yet.
Yeah.
I'm good. Speaking
Does that
of
make
plans,
sense to you?
speaking of plans, I did see that Damon posted today on his Instagram. So he posted a band notice on his Instagram. So I commented. I said, "You're alive and well," because that's the first time I've seen him post anything in months.
Well, he moved to California. He moved
Yeah.
from St. Louis to California.
I don't know why he did that.
Well, I think better opportunity. He's a cook by trade. Like I think it was a better opportunity. I don't know.
We are joined by the mighty Hobbs from the Midnight Hour. It's in the house, right?
Hey, Anthony. In the midnight hour, I get Hobbs.
Hobbs.
In the rebel
When the rebel yell, Hobbs.
All right, go
That's
ahead.
right. I never thought about that. Get Hobbs. That's right.
Did Jonas just do a cowbell?
Hell yeah, did do it again, Jonas.
Dude, yeah.
Oh,
I didn't know this was an option.
We need more cowbell. I don't know how to tell you this, guys. But
Yeah.
we need more cowbell.
Yeah, no,
I got a sickness and the only recipe.
In the midnight hour, we get Hobbs.
At the rebel Hobbs. Again, Hobbs.
So what about the James? What did it feel like going inside an American nightclub and seeing a band for the first time? And what was that like for you when you? Was it a little bit different?
Well, I went to, I did go to some shows in Turkey, but it was great to be back. Now, Mark and I went to a show on, what was it, Sunday, Mark? Gorgatron was on Sunday?
Yeah.
So Mark and I went to, Mark is the king of getting free tickets. I love that guy up there. And actually, this is crazy. One of the musicians who was on stage playing called me out because we used to play shows 14 years ago. So Mark is standing behind me, and I'm talking to our new friend. Her name is Ashley, a very lovely lady. And Mark is like hitting me. He's like, dude. And I stopped talking to Ashley. Her name is Ashley. And then I hear James from Dead for Days. Dead for Days was the name of the band that I used to play in. So man, me and this guy go back 14 years.
Dead for Days.
Mark, wasn't that cool?
Dead for Days.
Yep.
Yeah. So Mark and I have been going to a lot of shows. We have more shows coming up, right? What do we have, Mark? We have what's
Dying
the next
Fetus.
band we're gonna? Yeah, Dying Fetus. We got Dying Fetus. We got we got some good shows. So yeah, Pat, it felt really good actually being back, especially with Mark. Mark's so much fun at concerts. I just love Mark.
Were you surprised at how loud it was?
No, because Mark. I mean, I've been going to shows for 20 years, and I kept going to a lot of them. So no, actually, Tier. Now, okay, so Tier was a lot of fun because the bands were every band on that Tier show. Mark, weren't they great?
Oh yeah, they were great.
Yeah. Now, Mark, tell them about Trollfest.
Well, Trollfest is a pretty goofy band. They were like, they had like this pink flamingo theme, and they were dressed up like flamingos. It was pretty.
See, that's the one I wanted to see.
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty nutty stuff.
Yeah. No. Tell us about our friend Dave Fitzpatrick and
He's got kicked out for a flamingo.
Go ahead, Mark. Tell them about
Oh,
Dave.
he brought it was like an inflatable like flamingo blue pool toy, and the security guard's like, "No way, man! We got 400 people here. It's gotta go." So he actually threw it out the venue.
Yeah,
Well,
that happens.
remember, Mark,
That happens. I mean, sometimes you see that shit in at bigger concerts. People will bring beach balls and stuff in, and a lot of times, security gets it. They deflate them. They're not doing it to be dicks. They're doing it out of safety because people can get hurt trying to hit those balls. Trying to knock it around and stuff, and people get banged up. I've seen it. So, and or someone gets hit in the face. Someone smashes it, gets hit in the face, causes drama. Yeah, so I can understand that. So how many people were at Tier? Was that like the 400 person venue that they sold out?
I think it was like 500. Mark, I think Reggie's holds more because there's 3 more stages upstairs. So I think the whole building itself holds about like 1,000. But Anthony, would you say?
Well, there's the small stage and the big stage.
But there's 2 other stages upstairs.
Right, yeah. So it's just anybody's guess of what stage it's on. The big stage, I would say it holds like 500, 400 maybe. Small stage, like 200.
Yeah. And what was cool, Pat, when the other bands were on, I was standing in the back, but when Tier hit the stage, man, my 40-year-old ass went right up front with the young people. So the mosh pit was right behind me, and I was amazed I was able to hold my own. Here I am, like 40 years old, like you youngin' bastards, you're not gonna take this little cat down, And it was a lot of fun. Like Tier was amazing live, and I'm looking forward to seeing them. They were wonderful people. They were just
you can tell that just by the interview.
Yeah.
So I want to go back to Maryland real quick because we talked about setting up the jam with John and the guitar and everything else. So talk to us a little bit about the jam itself. How long did you get to play for, and what songs did you get to play, and what was it like to actually jam with them?
Well, when I knew that I was coming back to the States, which was like late January, I contacted John and I said, it's my first time back in the States of 6 years. I would kind of like to hang out with you. And then, so when I told Jonas my idea, Jonas just without hesitation said, I'm going. Like Jonas is like, there's no way I'm going to miss this. I'm going and I want to hang out with y'all and eat ding dongs.
That's right.
Y'all want to go to Waffle House?
Y'all want to go.
So when John agreed to say, yeah, if you come to America, you guys can come on here and jam. So then while I was in Turkey, we started setting up the motions. We asked Mark. Mark backed out within a week before I asked him. Now, this is let me tell you about Mark.
Mark said, fuck that shit.
Actually, no. Mark is the nicest guy to break up plans. That's what I love about Mark. Like, if you were a beautiful woman and you're like, oh, Mark, I want to go to Olive Garden with you. You go, yeah, sure. Let's go to the one on this road. They're open at this time. And we can get some good deals. They got free salad and breadsticks. But then, like, the week before the date that he set up with the girl, he would go, you know what? Let me get back to you on that one. And the girl
Applebee's 2 for $20.
True story. But we love Mark anyways. So yeah, Mark did break my heart, and but Mark always gets my heart back.
Patrick, to answer your question, they did film it, but we're not releasing it.
Sure.
Yet.
Well,
Yeah.
It's not even like it's not for like.
It's not for the public, it's for you guys.
Well, yeah, but it's
pretty awesome. I saw the footage.
I don't know how to describe it, James. Like, obviously, I mean, that was our our intention was to release it and post it and show everyone, but one of those things where it's
can you do I don't know if he could do that if he was playing dancing songs.
No, we can do it. There's so many cover songs of
but it's
Danzig, like
I don't think he'd do that. I don't think he would. I don't think he'd play dancing songs and have that release because it could get out and how people are.
The problem is if we post it, it'll surface, right?
Yeah.
As a publicity thing, whereas when it's not, it's friends
No.
hanging out. That was a personal time that we had, not really a announced event for the public. You know what I mean? So I that's kind of was his deal with that.
Did you have to
Respectfully,
did you have to
which made
find,
us feel more special.
Yeah. Well, did he make you sign off on it? Like, just in case.
It was a verbal agreement, I'd say, because after we
I know you guys would never do that. I mean, I know
We're
you
like,
guys
yeah,
would
sure,
never.
whatever. We got to hang out, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
But there is something funny besides Mark's room being really dark and blue. I love it. Mark looks like
Yeah,
one of
Mark-
the horror movies.
Mark's on the dark web.
Mark is the
All
dark
I
web.
see is Mark's teeth.
This
That's
looks like a
all I
horror
see.
movie. Oh my god!
No, he
This is
looks like in
terrifying.
was it in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, Veruca Salt.
Dude, I wish I could zoom in. Oh my god!
Well, James commented Blue
terrifying.
Man Group was the best one. But.
No, Pat, what happened actually, here's something cool that we will say this because the store owner she went live on her Facebook and filmed part of it. Not all of it, but part of it. So when John was telling us, like, hey guys, please don't film it, the owner of the store was like, no, I did, and it's on my page.
And it was live streamed.
And it was a live stream. So there is footage out there that
Yeah.
that's not
I'm sure he was not happy with that.
And in that footage, you can see me and James just screaming our heads off, and I'm laying down in front of Barrett's kick drum, just feeling the wind in my brain, and just having the time of my life.
Was he upset with that though? When he found out what she did?
Well, because he actually laughed because the owner was just like, you're not letting me take my footage down. And she gave us a place to jam. So
yeah, Mark. I mean,
but honestly, it's like sometimes it's a little bit bigger than that. Maybe she didn't know the ramifications of that. I mean, there's a reason why. He says that I can't really have this recorded. When someone comes up to you and says that, says I can't really have this recorded, I can't really have this get out. Well, you have to respect that. Like, okay, he has his reasons. You're still gonna see it. You're still gonna, it's still a memory. I mean, you still record it privately. Sure. But you just can't post it out because if you really like the man, if you appreciate his art, you don't want to get him in trouble.
Right.
True.
That kills me too because I remember several times. I know there'll be several times at the edge where there'll be a band up there, and you would hear people talk about bootlegging, like let's get a bootleg on this, let's do that, or they'd come up to our sound guy and they would offer our sound guy money, like, hey man, can you go ahead and I'm going to buy a copy of this from you. And our sound guy at the time, he would just look at the guy offering and go like, no, it's not worth it. It's not, I'm a sound man. They're trusting me with their sound, which means me not selling it out to the first person that offers me money. Hops.
Oh yeah. By the way, Anthony, let's go to the chat. Has anybody asked us any questions in the chat?
Yeah. Does anyone have any questions?
Professor Macabro says, "Cowbell, I need more." Give them more, James. Give the public what they want. Damn it!
Mark. ACDC. Anytime, winter time. Done. Whoa, no holding back.
Watch me get in trouble for that. What's been the biggest adjustment for you, James? Now that you're back, I mean, what was the thing that surprised you the most about coming back to the States after all this time?
I can answer this question for you, Patrick. It's toilets.
Yes.
It's toilets.
I hate the American toilets very much.
I offered my services.
Oh, that's right.
Right. You use a lot more toilet paper here than you would back home, or I should say back in Turkey, because like they have that backsplash that cleans your rear end after you're done doing your service in the bathroom, And so, you use like a little slab of toilet paper and you're good to go. But here, man, it's like, man, I think I wasted like two rolls in like a week.
I don't know if you knew this or not, James, but when the COVID when pandemic hit, that was actually the first thing that flew off the shelves was the toilet paper. The very first thing.
I watched everything from back home, and and I told my mom today the Turkish people were looking at the Americans like they're stupid.
Oh,
The Turkish people even asked, because I was teaching during that time, and they would ask me, "What's the deal with the toilet paper?" Like these Turkish people actually legit are like, "What's wrong with the Americans? Why are they going crazy for toilet paper?" I don't know. So okay. By the way, Ant, we have a question.
We got a question.
Mark, do it. Mark's and Beavis. Go ahead, Beavis.
It says, let's see. Do you still use your ant maker? You're still an ant maker. You still use your waffle maker?
No, we do have a couple of waffle makers, but we've gone into the air fryer. We've got a couple of air fryers, and I mean, you can't really make waffles in it, but it's more funner to cook and faster.
Right.
But we still have our waffle makers. No question about it. But
James and I got to use a waffle maker at the hotel we stayed at in Maryland.
We did.
You guys could have used one when you were at my house.
We're not going to use a waffle maker when there's like 12 people at your home, doofus. What are we going to do?
We got
guys, want beer and waffles? Hey, look, guys, there's Mark Nealon in the poncho, and we got waffles.
Speaking of waffles, I got these nice brioche waffles.
Pat, he's going to try it live right now. Go ahead, Jonas. Give us your honest review right now.
Try it live?
3, 2, 1.
I'm saving these for breakfast, dog.
Hell yeah, save those for breakfast. Oh, so what's it like? What's it like being down in Texas, Jonas? I mean, everybody knows that you're working as a plumber now. So what do you have to? Are you a private homes plumber, or do you work for a big corporation? Working on city maintenance, city sewer systems. What's it like?
So as of Friday, I'm no longer working for the water utility mud district. I have this week off because I got the grand offer to work for Plumbing Supply, offered me more money, and I get to work in a store. Let's just say I get to work in the store. That's right, and it's much more laid back. I don't have to be out in the field this summer killing myself in the heat. I'm only 23 years old. My knees and back are already messed up. I mean, when I squat and stand up, my knees sound like sandpaper, and it's
Mark
very loud.
Squat all day. He doesn't.
And this time of year, typically the industry is very brutal because of the heat that we get here in Texas. I mean, everything we have, as opposed to other states up north. Down here, everything is up in the attics, like the water heaters and all the plumbing and all that stuff. So working up there is pretty tough. As far as just
rugged, I gotta admit, when I heard you were doing outside work in Texas, I was like, man, you got so many. I mean, it's like Texas is like a miniature Australia. There are a lot of ways for you to get fucked up in Texas,
and it happens. It happens to people, and the heat index up in those attics, it goes up to 150 degrees easily in July, August, so I'm relieved that I don't have to go through that this year, because normally every year I do, and I'm always just like, why am I doing this with my life? I need to figure something else out. I just dread my life, but now I'm like, all right, cool, I got all the field experience, and now I get to be a counter sales representative, and just pull parts.
Are you helping the private citizens? Are you helping the Joe off the street as well as companies?
As far as just residential, just average homeowners?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, homeowners can order from the company that I work for. Basically it's what I'll be doing, and cool. Thankfully, with my knowledge in residential plumbing, I have the hands-on knowledge, so I'm able to actually help them even more, which is why this company snatched me up so quick, because I actually have field experience in working with my hands and, you know, all the parts and tools and stuff like that. So so that's pretty cool. And same with the plumbers and all the companies that come in for parts and tools. So.
And they're going to be surprised to see a young gun like you behind the counter. They're going to, most of those plumbers they're old and grizzled, and then to see a young guy back there able to help them out, that's going to be I think I think they're going to respect you a lot for that.
It's true. I mean, we're a dying breed, man. I mean, the average apprentice is like 36 years old. Wow. The average journeyman's in his 40s, Yeah. So there's not enough young guys because no young guys want to do the work.
I can't damage my my Fallout thumb.
Right.
Okay.
The way I see it, you just got to do it for a little bit. That's all.
Let's see. Hobbs wants to know if you guys plan on traveling this summer at all, and then he dropped the Marsugi's video again. So I did a show at Marsugi's with the Muffs, and it got on the YouTube, and now Hobbs is posting it every time he comes to a stream. Yeah, you'll see me in there. I'll be the one wearing the hat.
Now, Mark travels every summer. Mark, are you planning to travel anywhere this summer? Are you going to go back to England?
No, not this summer.
Well, Mark's planning to travel to my home.
Well, I do have a question for Mark.
Yeah.
So, how many times have you been to England? And when you do go there, what's your favorite thing to do, or like even food wise? Like, what's like the best stuff out there to look forward to?
Well, I mean, I've been there a lot. When I was a kid, I used to go every other year, but now as an adult, it's more sporadic. But well, there's quite a lot. I mean, actually, England's got good Indian food because they obviously had a lot of control of India for many years. So, got a lot of Indian food. It's pretty big out there, and they've got roasts and like fish and chips, which is good. And, they're not really known for their food, but they got some good stuff.
Are you part of the royal family, Mark?
No.
Don't. Oh, look at that smile. Look at that smile. That smile is a lying smile.
He's saying that, yeah. So what's Meghan Markle like?
She's nice. Well, she's friendly.
See, you are part of the royal family.
She's friendly.
Now, Mark, tell us about when you met Meghan Markle. So, yeah, exactly. Jonas, great question.
You know what? You know what you need to do, Mark? You need to send her a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Send her your T-shirt.
Well, I just said her. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I think for publicity, I think that Mark should be able to get a Friendly Men's T-shirt from James, brand new, never been worn, and sent to Meghan Markle.
Well, I
don't think we can do that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
that's a good question from Hobbs. I want you guys to go around because I really want to see.
Well, Hobbs keeps going on about the Muffs show, and I asked my girlfriend about it, and she said she's seen that show, that Muffs one that Hobbs Horror keeps sending. But
who said
Mark,
that?
also Mark, back to Mark. Mark, what do you do with your frequent flyer miles?
Go
to Amsterdam.
Visit Meghan Markle.
Yeah, right.
All right, so Hobbs got a question. Let's go with this. We'll make this the last round of questions, and just tell us your favorite band at the moment, and tell us why it's your favorite band at the moment. And we'll start with you, James. Tell us what band really has got your ear right now, and what makes them so good.
Oh man, that's a really. I know it sounds so generic, but anal cunt. I mean, no, just generic.
How generic, James?
I did open up for anal cunt in 2007. That was a lot of fun. Pat. Basically, I'm listening. Mark and I went to a death metal show the other day, so like sometimes death metal is creeping up. I've been listening to some Dying Fetus to get ready for their show. Mark, when is their show, by the way?
The 9th. It's not this Thursday, but next Thursday.
Next Thursday, yeah, next Thursday. So Been listening to some Viking metal. Been listening to Tyr. I can tell you this: my morning music when I make my breakfast consists of Tyr and like Viking metal, and then mostly talking to Jonas in the morning when I make my breakfast. But now he says media influences. Media influences. I don't really have any media influences, honestly. Mark, do you have any media influences?
No.
No,
As in,
no.
like,
Mia Khalifa's Playboy Channel podcast, maybe.
yeah.
What about you, Ant? Let's get what band has really caught your caught
My
Sex
the,
train, sex
the no
train,
not it's not a local band, but one of the bands that I've been listening to. They came out a couple years back. They're a band called Def Club, DEAF, Def Club.
Okay.
I've been really into them. They're like a grind band. It's the guy from The Locust. They're really good. But Hobbs's question was influences. I don't know what media influences, band or media.
Yeah, what's he
We're going media though. Like my media influences are like David
Carlson?
Conan O'Brien, Eric Andre. Band influences are the Ramones and the Misfits. There you go. I answered your question, Hobbs.
Oh. All right.
Mark, what about you? You got a favorite band at the moment?
No.
No. Jonas?
Mark likes
That's
four
because
non-blondes.
Mark likes too many bands. That's what's going on.
He likes the four non-blondes.
Yeah. What's going on, Mark?
Oh, wait, Pat, I forgot to say.
Are you a big Linda Perry fan, Mark?
Yeah, Linda Perry.
Yeah. No, Pat, I forgot to say I'm a big Bay City Rollers fan. You know.
Oh,
After Spec Stream Pat, I played him Bay City Rollers because he's like, I never heard Bay City Rollers.
no,
So
I know that song.
He all Bay City Rollers when he was over here after the chat.
Let me tell you, I've gone through Bay City many times, and it ain't special.
Bay City, Texas.
Let's see. Steven says
That's where my family's from.
I have a real question. If he does a night show with me, can James P co-host? Well, we can set something up. I think Steven. I think we started something with Steven. He wants to come back up and be a guest. I'm open for that. I am all open for that. We'll do it. Do you want to try it at night, Steven, or because we could do matinee as well?
You know what, Steven? I'm like the diet right of co-host. If you want to really, I mean, I'll do it. Like totally, I'll do it. But if you want the girls to watch, I mean, you know, the guy next to me in the next square, you know, he brings in all the milkshakes in, the boys in the yard. Better than you.
Are you talking about Mark again?
Yeah, I was talking about Mark.
No, I was talking about J Bone next to me. But
I think Mark should start a new show called the Meghan Markle Experience.
I want Mark to do podcasts and just do interviews. You know, Mark is such an interesting fellow. You know, he's like,
well, you know what? Let's get Jonas's favorite band, and then I will ask that question. I got another question to end the show on. But Jonas, what band right now has really sparked your interest?
Well, to start, I mean, my favorite band is Typo Negative. I love Typo Negative and Danzig. Those are my favorite bands. But lately, you know, I mean, normally I would consider myself a metal guy, but lately I don't know why I've just been listening to a lot of Depeche Mode. You know, it's been pretty cool just to change things up for a bit. I really like their album, Songs of Faith and Devotion. That's a really good album.
Yeah,
and I feel like that's actually their peak because they still had Alan Wilder in the band, who was basically like the brains of the group. You know, he did all the songwriting, he played the keyboards, he played the drums, he did some of the vocals, he did everything. So that album really shines the most because that's the first album where they actually recorded live drums, and it's awesome. It sounds the best, you know, even all the production quality. So I don't know, all that little stuff catches my attention. So
Yeah,
I'm a
I
nerd.
like Depeche Mode too. I think they're a fine band. I
Yeah.
enjoy the sound very much. I was a little late to it too myself. I wasn't a big Depeche fan when I first heard it, but it grew on me as well. But let me ask you guys this for our last question, because this is a really good one. Um, who if you could interview one person right now, for the Friendly Man as a representative as a Friendly Man, and take this one seriously because I really like to know this. If you
Hmm.
could interview just one person, alive today, who would you interview and why?
They have to be alive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mark, you start. I know Mark's
Yeah,
answer, but go ahead, Mark. What?
You go ahead, James.
Mark, I know your answer. You get out of the way. You get out of the way.
Who would you like to interview, Mark, if you had a chance?
It'd be Trey Parker and Matt Stone.
One or the other, I would probably say.
Okay.
Either Trey Matt or
I would
I
say
don't know if
both.
I have one.
I think interviewing both counts. That
Yeah.
would be interesting. I would.
I
You know
love
what? That's actually that would actually be a really good interview, Mark.
I'd watch that. I'd watch
I would
that.
love it.
Yeah, I would
I just
too.
want Mark to do that interview. I don't want anybody else. I've made that
Oh no,
private.
just Mark and Trey Parker and
Trey
Matt
Parker
Stone.
and Matt Stone.
Be awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. No, Mark.
You know what
Mark.
would be a really good roundtable? A roundtable I like to see. I'd like to see Seth MacFarlane and Matt Groening and Parker and Stone in a roundtable talking about their show.
That would be kind of cool.
That's a good one.
No, Mark, you never talk about Family Guy. Were you ever into Family Guy, Mark?
Okay.
Now, did you like the idea of the manatees make their decisions?
I mean, I like the movie Ted, where Seth MacFarlane plays that foul-mouthed teddy bear. That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Now, did you watch Ted 2?
Saw Ted too.
Is it as good as the first one?
No.
What about the Ted the TV show?
That one's pretty funny. They got a young guy who does a pretty good job of teenage Johnny. So yeah, pretty good.
Yeah. So yeah. All right. So Trey Parker and Matt Stone for Mark, and maybe Kim Jong Un. Maybe I don't know.
I think.
How about you,
Right.
Andrew?
I have my answer. Somebody who's living. I'd go John Waters.
John Waters. That'd be really
I'd go John
that'd be
Waters
interesting. Really? Why would that? Why John Waters?
because he's an absurdist. Like he's made these great films. Like
Yeah.
he's done a lot of great things for queer cinema and all that, and I respect him. But also, like, if I had a second choice, it would also be like Eric Andre or like David Letterman, But I think that would be
Letterman would be fascinating.
it'd be too much because he already knows how to interview people. Like I
But
I would just be sitting there like,
you know what? I don't know. You know what? Honestly, I think it all depends. I mean, I watched a lot of David Letterman, and he definitely you have to catch him. You definitely would have to catch him with some really good questions. I mean, if he came in there with some generic questions, yeah, you would get your ass routed out of there quick. But if he came out there, me, I would just come out and ask him all the good questions. I would ask him what pisses him off. What pisses him off.
I'd give it a minute and a half and I'd piss him off.
I mean, does he still hold animosity to not only Jay Leno but to also Johnny Carson? I mean, does he still have?
I think he's over that.
I don't know.
Carson's dead.
I think it slowly ate at him. I think it really ate at him. He became a less. I think at the end of his reign, I think he hated it. I think he hated his show.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, okay. So let's get James and Jonas. James and Jonas haven't answered.
All right, James.
Anybody alive? They have to be alive.
Yeah. Who would you interview, James?
It's a real tough one, man. I mean, you know what? I think I would want to talk to like someone like Jean-Claude Van Damme because I always think he's funny. I just think he's just kind of interesting. I know it's pretty generic, but yeah. I mean, I would like to interview Jean-Claude Van Damme, and then maybe there's so many people that come to my mind, Pat. This is a really real kick in the pants.
Well, don't the friendly men? Do you have like a grail list? Do you guys all talk together, and you and Ben and whatnot? Do you guys sit there and like, let's put a list of people that we like to talk to, and let's see how many we can actually get to make it happen.
That's
Like,
more
like
back
John
to,
Christ.
that's more to back to James bothering people. That's
Did
more
you
to
really-
James will bother
did you-
people until they'll get on the thing.
That's
Did you really think that you were going to be able to actually interview someone like a John Christ when you first started out?
Well, I will say that there's been people that never gotten back to me once I send them the YouTube channel. For example,
How long did it take you to with John Christ and Weston? Like that was years.
Yeah, that was
years.
Mark,
And
what was
you got to interview Yui Bowl as well. That's that and Richard Stanley. I mean, your guys' pedigree is really strong. There's not a very lot of people that I know around in our little community here that have interviewed the guest on the level that you have.
Well, I mean, it's all just luck, and what? Honestly, I think me living abroad was a help. Because like the people, most of our guests come from Europe, so I was on their time, so it was easier to connect with them, because like I'd wake up, America's asleep, but these, Richard Stanley lived in France, Uwe was living in Germany, Titus was living in Sweden, you know what I mean? I think the timing just worked out really well in that regard. However, do I think that like me being back in the States? Yeah, I mean, we'll totally meet guests, but I will say this though, I got disappointed because the singer, his name is Ivan. I'm calling him out right now because he's not going to watch this, so who cares? But Ivan from Men Without Hats, he never got back to me. And all I wanted
safety dance? You're talking about the band that did safety dance?
Yes, and there's
you can dance if you want to. You're gonna leave your friends behind.
Yeah, because friends don't dance, and if they don't dance, there are no friends of mine. Yeah, Pat, believe it, there are women in the band.
Hold on. So, because I really am trying to I really want to know this. But when you sent your request in though, James, did you send in your interviews with some of the bigger stars that you've interviewed?
I sent them everything. I contacted them through Instagram and they responded like, here's the email, blah blah blah. So I said, all right, dude, this is our channel, and it was like crickets. You know what I mean? So I've received crickets before, believe it or not. There's people that just look at our numbers and say,
I get crickets. I get crickets all the time too.
I know. So I'm like this close of asking Mark's pizza delivery driver to get an interview. So tell us about how long you've been working for Domino's Pizza. Well,
ask the interview driver or the Domino's driver. So tell us, how long have you been working for Mark Nealon?
How long are you Mark's personal driver?
Yeah.
It's not an Uber. He just delivers the pizza.
Stephen Chang, I would love to hit up Texas Frightmare. It's up in Dallas, right? And I'm down in Houston, so that's about 4 hours.
Maybe Mark and Mark, you've been to Austin, haven't you, Mark?
Once, several years ago.
No, Mark, I think
I do Days of the Dead whenever they come to like Houston. I work with Eileen Dietz from The Exorcist.
Yep.
Any chance I get, that's a lot of fun.
That's cool.
Jonas, real quick, who would you like to interview?
So unfortunately, I don't have an answer loaded in the chamber, but I'm gonna have to pull the Uno reverse card and have y'all come up with the best answer y'all can for me.
I want you to interview Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Oh shit, that'd be awesome! Oh my god,
that would be a good one.
Oh dude, what made you come up with that?
I have no idea. Oh wait, I'll tell you. It was the Miller Brewing Company.
Dude, no, that's
Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
That's funny. I don't know, man. I mean, like Jonas, we already talked to like some of your heroes already.
Yeah, pretty much. And yeah, I don't really have many, but I would say we pretty much.
I
checked them.
I know it's gonna be
all off.
I know it's gonna be a funny ass answer, but I really would. I think it would be interesting. Just because it would be, but because I think you have that. I think you have because you're curious, which is really the driving force of being a good interviewer. And I know that she's done a lot of them already, but I think you could get in there and ask some really good questions. I'd like to see you interview Taylor Swift.
Me?
Oh,
yep.
That'd be a disaster.
Just Jonas. Only Jonas.
I don't think so. I think of all the friendly men of all you guys.
I want it just to be Mark. It should be Mark and Taylor Swift. Just Mark and Taylor Swift.
Jonas would actually be the best. Jonas would have handled that. James and Ant, you guys wouldn't take her seriously.
No, the mockery of it.
And that, but you know what? Great. Okay, let me say this. Okay, so I mean, it's great. It's great to have fun. It really is. Yeah. But sometimes, a situation like that, you want to come back. You really want to sink your teeth into the interview because if you got a chance to interview Taylor Swift, that's a once in a lifetime thing. That's like holding John Christ's guitar. Like I'm not going to be able to do this every day.
And I will say, Patrick, while we're saying this amongst friends, "Shake It Off," the Taylor Swift song, I think that's one of the best written pop songs ever.
It's a very cool song.
Yeah, except for that middle part where it's the rap part. I don't like.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
But the rest of it, it's a
I like the drum beat. I like the drum.
It's a perfectly written pop song.
The only thing I would, God, the only thing I really would want to say to her or ask her about, because to me it's so one-sided and it's not really right. And one of these days, someone's going to actually wake up and realize this, and that is every time that she gets her feelings hurt, she writes these albums with her side of the story. And it's just like, to me, it's like, man, I don't understand that because no one forced you to go out there and date these people. You did this to yourself. You have to have some sort of a responsibility for that. But you run away and it's like a 17-year-old, 16-year-old. Like he was mean to me. He wasn't the lover I thought he'd be. I thought he was going to be the friend. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But I don't necessarily think you need to go out there and plaster somebody on a record for that. I don't think that's a very mature thing.
They could sue her for slander. Couldn't the dude sue her for slander?
No, because you don't know who it is. You mean we could speculate, but she's not naming names. She's not naming names. And she's also based on her own experience. This is her opinion. You can't sue for opinion. So I mean, but I just think that when she was younger.
Well, if you're just tuning into the show, we're talking about Taylor Swift.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what I would.
Mark, Mark, what are your feelings on Taylor Swift? That's it. You just did that.
Much, really. Not much.
Really.
Not much. That also might be another reason why that Jonas would be really good at it.
I agree, Pat. I completely agree with you, whole 100%. When the interviewee is not like a big fan or doesn't look at you as like an icon or some sort of like God figure, the interviews go smoother.
Yeah,
I can honestly tell you that from my experience doing this channel. Everyone that I've asked and interviewed on the channel, I'm a fan of theirs, but there are some that I'm not like the biggest fan, or I should say just a normal fan of theirs. And when I talk to them, I feel more comfortable with them because I'm not that guy that's like, oh my God, you're the best. You know what I mean? Right. I would love to live in a world where Mark Nealon would make thousands of 16-year-old girls so jealous of him because he got to spend 5 minutes with Taylor Swift. That's the world I want to live in. And I want that to happen. I want little girls going to high school going, did you see that Mark Nealon guy asked Taylor Swift, what does she eat from Jimmy John's? Oh my God, what kind of question is that? You know what I mean? That's the world I want to live in.
I could sleep happy at night.
Hey, Anthony, look at the private chat.
What does it say? Oh, on behalf of Milwaukee, thanks for the shout out.
No, the private chat.
Wait, there's a private chat?
Don't read it out loud.
Don't read it out loud.
No, I don't care about Taylor Swift.
Oh, I want to give her rim. What? What is this, Jonas? Oh, wait. Mark, why did you write such a thing like this?
That's actually interesting.
It's not funny. I thought it was actually hilarious. I was holding in my laugh, typing that in for you boys.
Yeah, I think it'd be funny
All right,
if like a 16-year-old came up to me. How is it? It's great.
Stephen
It's like
Chang,
a total letdown. Like she thinks I'm gonna
Stephen
get all
Chang.
excited about it. Like
Stephen Chang,
great.
I think I have you on the socials, man. Keep in touch with me. I'd love to make something cool happen.
Yeah, you guys aren't that far away, and Texas Frightmare's a couple of weeks away. I don't know. Well, I guess you could. It's a long drive, though. But I mean, you could go down to.
I could take a Greyhound or something if I want to save the miles on my Mercury.
Yeah,
that Texas Frightmare is going to be coming up in the May, and
Man, I would love to do a Texas Frightmare. I've always wanted to. I've never been to one.
all right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I'm going to tell you what's going on the stream.
Wait. I want to
tomorrow.
say my goodbyes. I'm going to try it in Portuguese. Hold on. Estou muito feliz em falar com você e espero fazer isso novamente. It means I'm so happy to talk to you and hope to do it again. And I want to thank Google Translate for helping me. You've been the best, Google Translate. Back to you, Pat. Go ahead.
All right. So tomorrow night.
Wait a minute, Pat. I think Mark has to say his goodbyes too. Go ahead, Pat.
So tomorrow night we
have.
No. Oh, wait. Go ahead, Pat. Go ahead.
Tomorrow night we have actress Asel Otunchi. Oh God, I'm just gonna call her Asel. I can't pronounce her last name. She's gonna have to tell it to us again. She'll be here tomorrow night at 8:00. I'm sure she's watching this, going like, just wait till tomorrow. Then on Thursday, we will see actor Matthew Kenner will be with us on Thursday. Speaking of that, May 10th, we are doing another Have Cheetah watch along party. We will be joined by film director Michael James Bernard and actor Dylan Yeager from the movie You Should Have Killed Me. We'll be joined by special co-host In the House. That's right. They will be doing their Friday night show, and then they'll be bouncing up. They'll be jumping on the Greyhound and coming out and hanging out with us on May 10th for You Should Have Killed Me. In the house as Larry, the horror cat dad, and of course everybody's favorite Don Zombie. Yeah, and that will be on Friday the 9th at Friday the 10th at 9 p.m. Thank you guys for coming out. Hang out just for a little bit. If you guys can hang out for a minute, I'm going to say goodbye to the chat.
Pat.
Well, hold on. Let me finish.
Okay.
I know, James. Damn.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I'm not nearly as free flowing as you. I like structure. All right, so you guys, I think there's a boneyard going on later on tonight about 10:30 at Mr. Bones' channel. Just type it up there. You know the directions. Otherwise, thanks for coming out. Thanks. I appreciate your support, and we will see you tomorrow.
Thank you, everybody. We love you. All right. Goodbye.